Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a lion, sketchy blondie by her toes. If she hollers, we'll spare her death row. There's a chance that Brian Koberger could be exonerated, and Dylan Mortensen and all of her sketchy friends are indeed the reason why. Sketchy because they have all been caught lying since the beginning, and the internet is not done talking about it until all the right people are behind bars. Did you notice anything wrong with the crime scene photos? How about a lot of different things that are wrong? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, first, Creepy Hunter Johnson and Josie both stated that as soon as they walked into that house, something felt off, something felt different, which is really interesting because as soon as you walk in, there is no sign of a struggle. There is no blood trail going up and down those stairs. That bathroom on the bottom floor, the first floor, completely spotless. I don't even see any girl's hair anywhere. Where is that? Where's all the blonde hair? That should be absolutely everywhere. You have absolutely nothing. It's a very clean, spotless bathroom. And then you're going to go up the stairs. Also, super quick, the doorknob. I don't know if it's new or not, the front door. It looks like it has a few scratches, but it's very shiny. It's very, very clean. Also, there's like that door. I don't know if it's like the boiler room. It's on, again, the bottom floor, the first floor. Sometimes when I'm talking, I get the first and third floor. It's not that I get them mixed up, I just say them, but I'm talking about the first floor. There's like a boiler room or something. I believe that also has like a passcode door. I believe Steve said something about, didn't all the doors have passcodes? I don't know. So I was trying to look for that. As we go up the stairs from the first to the living room, okay, those stairs are, again, no blood trail. They're like a normal set of stairs as far as like the backboard to the stairs. They're smudgy, they're dirty, okay? You go up, also, once you start to go up the stairs and you see the TV, it's all messy over there. Like, did somebody just take stuff down? Why is it so messy where the TV is? All the cords and all that stuff. Next, the living room, there's that poster, whatever. I mentioned that before. It is moved. A few weeks ago on one of their TikToks, you can see that the poster and the lights are in one spot. Now they've moved it where the lights are on one side and the poster has been moved. So the lights stayed, the poster moved to the other side. Also in the crime scene photos, they kind of like move the couch apart. There is like a huge cord, like a pile of cords. Not a pile of cords. It's one cord, but it's really big and it's in the middle. They like split the couches and you can see it and it's not connected to anything. It's not connected to anything and all the lights are still on. So why is that there? Just curious. Let's talk about that beer pong table. There's several different things that is wrong with it. First of all, it's in the way. Everybody should have ran into it, knocked over, especially if Dylan said that somebody ran up and down the steps. That also reminds me, right by Dylan's room, I think, right before you get to the third, like the second steps leading to the third floor, there's like that awkward step in between the living room and either the kitchen or something. Unless you know that house, you absolutely would have tripped over that, just saying. But that beer pong table, there's so much wrong with it. There's also like a side like glass table, has like trinkets and stuff on it. Absolutely nothing is like moved over, pushed over, anything like that. In the kitchen, Dylan's popcorn bag. She stated to police that she ate popcorn. Her like clear popcorn, like the clear part of the popcorn bag is in Xana's like takeout bag. Why is it there? Second, there is like a towel in the kitchen, like to the side of like a cabinet. It looks like it's a gray towel. In my opinion, it clearly looks like it's bleached. Now in the kitchen, right where the kitchen table is, on the outside of that is where the window is. I think that's the window where it's missing the whatever frame, I can't think of it right now, the frame, this, whatever. Or it's the window right next to it. But wherever that kitchen table is, it's a clear as day if you wanted to put somebody in the kitchen, like move, transport them. All they'd have to do is put them through that window, right through the kitchen table, and now they're in the house. If they didn't want to use the sliding door, which is right there. Now the pizza boxes. I noticed there's a lot of pizza boxes. There's at least 2 or 3 of them in the different trash bags. Why is there so many pizza boxes? Okay, why? I can't remember if the handprint on the window was found outside the kitchen table window or if it was a different window. There's a lot to discuss. I haven't seen this part discussed about before. Maybe I just haven't seen it. Now, in the crime scene photos, I saw when they, in the dishwasher. Now, there's like, I don't know if you want, what do you want to call them? Like measuring spoons. Yeah, measuring spoons that you'd use for baking. That's what it looks like. They're clear as day, like in the way of the dishwasher, like at the bottom. So if you were to start that, that would absolutely start a fire. Were they trying to do that? Because the dishes do look clean. that were in there. And clear as day, there's something in the way. Now, maybe when they opened the dishwasher, whoever was taking the pictures, maybe they just dropped innocently. Who knows? But they're just positioned in a weird way, and I thought that it was worth mentioning. Also in the kitchen, there's like mac and cheese, stuff around, and there's like butter right there. Like it looks like somebody was freshly making that. So how much did these people eat? Pizza, like 3 boxes. You can see it. There's at least 2 to 3 boxes. They might not just be in all like the same trash bag, but you can see it in the other trash bags on the ground outside. So how much did they eat? And then there was Taco Bell in Ethan and Xana's room. So does that really make sense? Also super quick, the ladder outside. It actually looks very clean for a ladder. And then going back inside the house, when you're going up from the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor, those stairs are noticeably clean. They're noticeably clean, especially compared to the first set of stairs. Now, what I also noticed, I was zooming in. I don't know if it's just me, but I swear you can see like a splat or a splot of like paint here and there, here and there. Not sure what else it could be unless it's just like, I don't know. But you can see it, one randomly on the railing or one randomly on a step. When you're on Kaylee and Maddie's floor, when they go to the bathroom and they're taking pictures of the bathroom, they have no problem opening and like, because it's like an open trash container, they have no problem showing us what's inside that trash. They do not, however, open Maddie's shower so we can see that shower. Even though we can see the shower on the very first floor, why won't they open Maddie's shower so we can see what's in it? And then, of course, if we get to Maddie's room where Maddie and Kaylee were found, we know so many different things that are wrong with that bedroom. In Maddie's bedroom, there is no blood trail like leaving like her side of the bed because she was laying on the side you could easily get out of, and then Kaylee was on the side closest to the wall. So you have, sure, some blood splatter, right? But there's like no trail leaving like her side of the bed. And of course, there's no trail leaving down the steps. And then as far as like above their heads, they had, I believe Kaylee somewhere 20 plus to her head and to her face. Also her heart area. Maddie as well to the head and face, but more her heart area. There should be blood everywhere like above their heads, and there's absolutely not. You only have blood on the side of the wall that Kaylee was on. That's all that you have. So that does not make sense. Also outside, you have the ripped dog bed, and also outside, like where the vehicles were, that was on the balcony, the ripped dog bed. And then outside where the vehicles were, I believe that's where that note was found that said Maddie Mogan on it. At least that's in the crime scene photo. So does that mean it fell out of her pocket there? Was that where they were taken? If there was anything you noticed in the crime scene photos, please comment it below. It doesn't matter if I already said it or if it's been said before. It's just as important. It was not a quiet night in Moscow. In fact, it was the exact fucking opposite. It was loud, it was active, and the internet is this fucking close to figuring out what kind of exculpatory evidence does Bethany Funk have that could prove Brian's innocence. The same Bethany Funk that can prove Brian's innocence is the same Bethany Funk that got it in writing that if she has to go back to the state of Idaho, she cannot be arrested.